So there are 10 life lessons that I've learned that may be important to you or others. One is to accept responsibility for yourself. Stop blaming other people. I could go on blaming my parents, blaming this and blaming that. It's not going to be any good. Accept responsibility for yourself and take what action you have to do to move on to a better life. Number two, you have to, before you can achieve something, you have to vision your dreams. You gotta think about what your life would want, what do you want it to be, and have a plan to get there. You can't do it without a dream, a plan. Number three, be determined to succeed. No matter how difficult it is, you got to learn, and I had to learn, I had to be the hardest working person in the world. If I was going to change from the mop and the broom to the corner office, I had to outwork everybody. I learned and had to learn that depression was not a character flaw. It was a result of trauma or biochemicals in the brain. That seeking professional help was a strength, not a weakness. And I had to learn that I could rely upon those people I sought out for professional help, as embarrassed as I was, that with talk therapy and with medicine it works. I'll never forget one day, I was in my office of my psychoanalyst. Here I am, president of a major medical center, spending years and years in analysis. And he said to me, "Dennis, you know, it's okay to need me." Shocked me. "Dennis, it's okay to need me." He knew. I said, "It is?" He says, "Yeah, Dennis. I know you're an adult. I know you're very successful, but you never had anybody to need. You had no parenting." He was right. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed that I needed another human being. I felt so ashamed of myself. I didn't want anybody to know. I was embarrassed if someone from our hospital was in the waiting room. I was embarrassed they would see how human I was. Changed my life. I also know that emotional intelligence is the most important thing. I know I don't have a very high IQ, I can tell you. How do I know that? Because I can't beat my wife in Jeopardy, unless it's U.S. cities and sports. I lose, get my butt kicked. But emotional intelligence is about how we feel about ourselves, how we relate to other people's emotions, how we treat other people. I learned that you have to have faith in yourself. If you don't have faith in yourself, how else can it be? And you know the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people? It's not resources, it's not intelligence and opportunity. It's the belief that they can make it happen. You also need mentors and friends. I could not have had the life I've had without mentors and friends. My wife, my friends, Father Gantley. Self-confidence for me grew step by step. Every small step I took, every time I studied and passed an exam, when I went back to college and got a good grade, it built a little self-confidence. Small, incremental steps lead to bigger steps. Build your self-confidence, and one step at a time by small achievements. And finally, I realized that my life worth, my sense of who I am, was not based upon my job title, the money I had, the size of my house. They're all big. My self-worth, I realized, wasn't based upon my title that I was president. I remember being 34 years old and be calling Mr. Miller. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. And the older I got, I said, please call me Dennis. But my self-worth became who I was inside, how I treated you, how I treated my wife, how I treated my kids, how I treated others. It's how I enjoy giving advice to I don't return anybody down to ask my advice. So the end of my story is that obviously is that in spite of how difficult your past circumstances are, your present life circumstances, there is a road forward. Don't give up. Seek help. Whether you're in business as a CEO, a chairman of the board, or involved in any aspect of life, a teacher, education, mental health, wherever you are, there is a road forward. And I know that because I experienced going from hopelessness and failure to happiness and success. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.